If your Ariens Deluxe is tough to shift, feels stiff to turn, or the drive system is louder than normal, this is probably why. I'll show you how to properly lubricate and grease the traction drive system so it operates smoothly. Hey guys and gals, welcome to Garage Gear. I'm JB. If you have an Ariens Deluxe or similar style snowblower, these procedures will help you out. Once this baby's lubed up, it's gonna feel completely different. We gotta get set up here. The first step, I'm gonna get the gas out. I'll be tipping this snowblower up in a moment, and I found that sometimes gas can drip out of the carburetor. I don't want that, so I'm going to siphon the gas out of the tank quickly, right back into my gas can. And then I'm going to loosen the drain bolt on the carburetor to get any remaining fuel out and help give this video some gas with YouTube algorithm. Would you mind hitting that like button? Thank you very much. Now that the gas is out, I'll be tipping the snowblower up into the service position. From here, we're gonna take the belly pan off, and we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 3/8 bolts to take off. Let's get these two out of the way. Then we got these bolts here on the sides. And from there, the cover comes right off. Cool. Now we have a full view of everything going on here. Warning, important step. Take some paper towels and cover your drive plate. If this gets dirty or greasy, your friction disc here will start to slip. So it's a great idea to cover it up as best that you can. Get as many paper towels in there as you need. That pretty much covers it all. Now, if by chance you happen to get something on that friction disc, what you could do is take some brake cleaner, spray it on a rag, and then carefully wipe it off, and that should clean it up for you. I'm gonna start from the back and work my way out, and I'll begin by greasing this hex shaft that the friction disc sits on. Now this has some lubrication on it, not much, but over time these get pretty bone dry. And as you shift from gear to gear, that friction disc can get stuck on the hex shaft. I'm gonna come up here and shift the snowblower all the way into reverse 2. This moves the disc all the way over and gives me a lot more room. From here, we're calling in our good friend Red and Tacky Grease, and this has good cold weather characteristics as well as good rust and corrosion protection. All I'm gonna need is a little on my finger. And then from here, I'm just gonna reach in and start working it on that hex shaft, moving my finger back and forth as I turn the wheel to spin it around that hex shaft. A nice thin layer is all that you need. Remember, thin wins, thick sticks. Now from here, I'm going to shift the snowblower all the way into its highest speed, gear 6. And now that it moved the friction disc all the way over, I'm going to do this side. From here, same thing, just a little bit on the finger, hit that hex shaft and work it around while you spin the tires. Boom, 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 boom. You can do this pretty quick and done. Now, as I shift from gear to gear all the way from one end to the other, you're gonna see that that friction disc slides effortlessly. Easier shifting? Check. Now, the next thing we're lubing up is our chain. Now, the owner's manual calls for putting oil here on this chain. I don't agree with that because I have seen oil, even chain lubricants, flick off, sling off, and land on that drive plate, causing the friction disc to slip. So in my experience, I don't like using any kind of oil. So instead, we're using Red and Tacky Grease again because it won't flick off. We're just gonna take a little dab and we're just gonna work it here onto the chain. Just like so, work it around as best you can. Feed it into all the gear teeth. You don't need a lot, you just need a little, and just keep spinning that tire to work that chain around. If you get any globs anywhere, just work them back into the gear teeth and keep passing it around. That is a super light coat, just the way I want it, and you can even see a light coat on that sprocket gear in the back. Perfect. Now from here, we're gonna grease up the auto turn gears. This doesn't take much, and again, we're gonna use some Red and Tacky Grease. We're just gonna take a small dab of this grease, just like that, and we're going to work it into the teeth of that gear. Just spread it all around. A light coat will do. You can spin the drive system around, work some more grease into it. It doesn't take much. This only takes about a minute or two to do. Just lay it in there, work it around some more. That whole gear is now perfectly coated. And then you can take the wheel and spin it in the other direction to help pass it around both sides of the gear teeth. Give it a few passes around, just like so. Looking good. Now this top gear up here, I like to put just a little bit, but a lot of grease tends to wind up here anyways. So I'm just gonna work it in. And then take any grease that may be moved off to the sides and just work it into the center of that gear. If you get any big globs, just wipe them out. Now, if you look here, we got a little bit of a glob of grease on the side. I'm just gonna take a paper towel, wipe off the excess. A little bit much, that's okay, just wipe it out. Now, if you wanna go the extra mile, what I like to do is coat these shafts with a very very thin layer of fluid film. Over time, these start to rust up, so this fluid film will help prevent that. Now, I don't want to get any of this on the friction disc itself, so I'm just going to protect it like so with a paper towel, like that. Then I'm going to take my paper towel and spray it down with some fluid film. Just a little bit will do. I'm going to work that in, and then from here, I'm just going to start wiping it down. A thin layer wins here. There's no globs, there's no drips, but it's all protected. Look at that. Blech. I'm going to take another paper towel here, put a little bit on, work it in. That's all we need. And then we're just gonna wipe this shaft here on the bottom. Make it nice and shiny. Keep that friction disc protected at all times. That's it. These two will probably never see rust now. All right, we're not done yet. You still with me? We're popping over to the passenger side and removing this wheel. I'm gonna spin the wheel and look for this little key slot right here and point it up. Then from here, I'm gonna take this tab, pull it out, and slide it up. Good. Then from here, I'm gonna grab my wheel and slowly guide it off. Now, when I first bought this snowblower, I greased up these axles, and I did a video on that, and I'll have it linked down below in the description if you want to check it out. But the main reason I'm here is to grease this Zerk. It's not easy to get to with the wheel on, so it had to come off. Now, what I'm gonna do is clip on my grease gun and then give it a few pumps, and this is also filled with red and tacky grease. We're going to pump you up. We are here to pump you up. Now that was only about 4 pumps, and you can see grease coming out there and then on this side of the gear right here as well. And that is enough. I'm just going to wipe up that access really quick. That will do without getting it all over the place. And then come over here and wipe this off as well. Not too difficult. Now from here, Ariens recommends taking some kind of oil and spraying it inside this bushing that this axle spins through. I'm gonna take some liquid wrench rust inhibitor. This penetrates really well. It's very runny and it'll work its way in. A quick shot here is all I'll need. That's it. And then from here, I'm just gonna slide the washer back. Now there's a bearing right here on this side, and if you wanted to take the bearing out and lubricate the bearing itself, you could. But again, just another quick shot where the inside shaft spins will do just fine. Wipe off the excess, and you're good to go. I'm gonna wipe the rest of this area down with some WD-40, give it all a quick wipe, clean it all up. Good. From here, I'm just gonna slide the wheel back into place and drop my pin in. And go! There we go, she's in. And of course I got anti-seize on everything. Wonderful. Now we're gonna come over to this side because I want to oil this bushing as well. Pin comes off. Rotate that key slot up to the top. Off comes the wheel. I'll tell you what, these axles are looking saucier than grandma's pasta. Quick shot up top. And same thing over here on the bearing. Push that washer back, clean this area up, give it a quick wipe down. That looks pretty good. From here, slide that wheel back on and lock that pin in place. Done. And from here, I'm gonna get the paper towels out. This thing's more lubed up than a pancake drowning in syrup. What's pretty cool is I could see some of that oil making its way into this side now. Then from here, I'm just gonna take some WD-40 and clean up this belly pan. Wipe it all down. That looks a lot better. From here, we're popping back on our belly pan. Pretty good right about there. I'm gonna put my 2 small bolts in at the top to hold it in place. Then I'm gonna work in the sides by hand and send them home. Good. And one final wipe down. She's so pretty. From here, we're gonna tip her right on back. Boom. That actually sounds not so clanky. Great. Now here's some tips and tricks to help you out with this procedure. First off though, this video is not sponsored. I purchased this red and tacky grease with my own money many years ago. I still have about 1/3 of this tub left, and it has lasted me a very long time. I'll have this link below. You'll have it for a while. Let's start with the hex shaft. You could put other lubricants on that hex shaft in the back. I've seen others use just a light layer of white lithium grease back there. That works just fine. Ariens recommends using their brand of high temp grease or equivalent. In my experience, red and tacky grease has always worked great for me. Generally speaking, the oil should be fine in this position. But if you do see oil dripping out, consider tipping the snowblower back and draining the oil out and then refilling it afterwards. Now, how often should you do this whole procedure? Well, Ariens recommends doing this at least once a season or every 25 hours of use. Well, I've never done this before. Well, even if you do this once, you're gonna notice a significant difference on how much easier the unit is to steer around and shift through the gears. The whole drive system will operate much quieter too. And the only thing that really grinds my gears with this entire procedure is the instructions in the manual. Ariens generally does a great job with their instruction manuals, but for this procedure, they're a bit vague. The manual calls for using oil on that chain, and as I recommended in the video, use red and tacky grease instead. They don't recommend what kind of oil to use, and just about every kind of oil I've seen manages to flick off. A coat of this will stay on, work well, and just last. Other than that, the manual does tell you specifically what areas to hit, which is better than a lot of other manuals out there. And if you want to prevent rust on your entire snowblower, be sure to check out my full snowblower rust proofing course, linked down below in the description. And remember, if you want to be part of the tribe, subscribe. And for more cool garage gear content, click or tap the screen right here. Thanks so much for watching, and I'll see you in the garage.